Barangay ng Abra!
Speaking of your father, what was President Marcos like as a father growing up? Kasi how old were you when he was elected, Bale? Bilang presidente?
Yung unang birthday ko sa palasyo was 8.
8 years old.
Oh.
So, actually, all of your teenage years,
all of my teenage years and
including your 20s.
most of my 20s,
Oo.
mga 28 na kami nung umalis. So that was a long time. Yeah, in the
Was he a
parliament.
disciplinarian?
Well, hindi naman sa disciplinarian in the sense that he would make very clear kung anong hinahanap niya sa inyo, what he expects from you. And he would make it very clear if you did not live up to the standards that he put, that medyo masama ang loob niya sa'yo. In terms of actual pure discipline, yung pumapalo or something like that, hindi naman gano.
All your life kasi, Bale, both parents are very active in politics. Do you think that is what has led you to go into this kind of life?
Oh, hindi mo maiiwasan. There is no way. The only way you can explain my having entered politics is definitely because of how my father really that he even said it in his when he was still alive that he would say, I have committed not only myself to the work that I have done. I have not committed only my person, but my wife and my family too. And the time will come when you will find that you have no choice. Not to enter politics, but perhaps in the positions, in the kind of causes that we would champion. So, matagal na talagang alam na namin na kahit papano, yung ginawa ng aming ama will affect us for the rest of our lives, in whatever fashion. So, and it's turning out to be true, because how can something that dominant be suddenly just go away? So kahit na ngayon ilang taon na ito, we're still feeling the effects of what my father did, and I have no doubt to the day I die I will be feeling those effects.
Medyo let's go naman dun sa lighter side. Ang first girlfriend mo ba, since you were in England, British ba siya?
Ay, naku, nung nasa England ako, wala akong panahon, hindi kami pinapalabas ng eskwelahan.
Do you feel na a lot of the girls were fawning over you na pinagkakaguluhan ka dahil Bongbong Marcos ka? Or do you think it's your charming personality?
I don't know. I don't know that they were fawning over me to begin with. I don't know kung bakit lahat ng tao, ang kanilang impression sa akin are that the women were fawning over me. Believe me, there were times kung I would be calling, trying to get a date, and I couldn't get a date. Why suddenly this image of women fawning all over me? But
how would you react about the criticism hurled at your parents through the press and through the mass media?
I remember in 1963-64 when he was Senate President, wala kaming narinig kundi oust Senate President Marcos every day. I remember that. So we've been used to this kind of thing, no? And kahit papano, if you're in politics, there's no way around it. Wala ka namang magagawa na lahat masaya eh. Merong magkikriticize kahit ano pang gawin mo. So you just have to take it as it comes. And as I said, keep your mind open. And kung talagang it is a constructive criticism, then sige, makinig ka. But you also have to not take it all to heart, because kung minsan etong mga nagsasalita ng pinipintasan kayo is not because they really believe that, dahil kalabang mo eh.
Siyempre.
Ano pa naman gagawin nila? Alam nga naman na pupuriin ka. So, it is part of their job. So, you just have to trabaho lang. Ganyan lang naman talaga.
Bong, how many % of your father's ideology did you believe in?
Well, I think it came after it so happened that when all this turmoil was going on here, I was in England studying one of the subjects I was studying was political science. And many times, especially when it is explained to you in a very idealistic way, as it is in school, sasabihin ko, di kung ganun, bakit yung sa amin ganito? Then uuwi ako, Dad, explain mo nga sa akin ito. And we would argue. And I came around to his way of thinking. And in terms of the pure fundamental ideology of what my father was espousing, I think that still is valid even today. course, the time has changed and much has changed. The Philippines has changed. The Philippines have changed. Do you talk to nandito ako nung pinag-uusapan ng kabataan. Ang kabataan ngayon, napakalaking iniba na kaysa sa kabataan na nakaraan.
Speaking of
Kris,
exposure,
Kris.
sorry na, last question
sige,
ito
sige.
kasi.
Meron lang
kasi
sana
ito-
akong gustong ipagawa eh.
Hindi,
Oo,
tungkol lang sa
sige.
exposure kasi. Kasi di ba, ang 1986 had a profound effect on my life, as I'm sure it had a profound effect on your life. Do you think na with what happened, did it bring your family closer together? Dahil di ba, in the face of adversity talaga, sino bang nag-unite kung hindi yung magkakapamilya?
Totoo yan. At pagka sinasabi sa akin, what are the good things that happened, because of this, the exile. And sinasabi naman nila, sinasabi ko, isa sa pinakamagandang nangyari, talagang naging malapit kami mga pamilya. And
Yes.
I wasn't married yet then, but my sisters were with small children. And sinasabi nila, mas mabuti na rin in a sense that they now found the time, kasi kung hindi nangyari yun, they'd be working, they'd be doing things, hindi nila nakikita yung kanilang anak. Whereas now, they are able to when we were in exile, they could spend time yung walang ginagawa.
Was it a difficult adjustment? Kasi for us, it was a very difficult adjustment because biglang walang adjustment period, di ba? Normally, when someone is elected, meron kang time for yung di ba? Like in the
Yeah.
States, from November, January pa bago nagkaka-inauguration. So, maganda yung turning over. Ito, bigla-biglaan. Sa inyo ba, how did it feel na biglang, hello, goodbye Philippines, hello America?
It was shocking. In the pure sense, you were.
Nalaman mo ba kung sino yung mga tunay na kaibigan?
Oo.
They say that's what normally happens.
Well, talagang makikita mo talaga kung
Marami
sino
ba
yung
talagang
didikit o hindi.
balimbing, Bong?
Yes!
Bakit? Sorry.
As we've mentioned, this is history in the making,
Oo.
Pero matagal-tagal bago maulit ito
Pasagot
na...
mo muna sa kanya yun,
Sige,
yung
mas
tungkol sa
maganda-
balimbing.
Yung balimbing. Sige.
marami
Mamaya
pa talaga.
makopa naman yung sabi mo. Sige.
Kung maraming balimbing, hindi, alam mo, ang tingin ko ganito, people are not, hindi naman masama ang tao. Meron masama talaga na hindi naman kailangan mamintas pa marami pang sinasabi. But there are people na makikita mo, that's their survival din eh.
Hinate mo ba kami?
Hindi,
Hindi,
Teka, ito na nga. Ito nga magandang
kasi I was
segue dyan.
explaining that to him.
Chris,
Kasi
Sige
before, I was telling him na I was a year and a half, tapos sabi ko, kulang na lang isipin ko meron kayong mga horn sa ulo ko. Dahil, syempre, di ba yun ang kinalakihan ko? So, I was
Sige
wondering
nga.
kung, was the situation the same for them?
Well, I think, in our case, because we have, as I said, been in politics for a long time, yung mga personal na namin, hindi masyadong pumapasok yan sa hate and love. And, well, siguro sa umpisa, when unang reaction mo, sasabihin mo, bakit naman ganito? Bakit yung mga taong ganyan? But after a while, lalo na yung sa 86, nung nasa Hawaii kami, sabi mo, ganun talaga ang buhay, wala kang magagawa, just get on with it. And again, we really came to the conclusion that to cloud your mind with all of this emotion, especially when you're talking about your public life, is a dangerous thing. So, iniwasan namin yun. And with all of-
Nakakayanan nyo yun to separate it.
You have to. You just have to.
Ano kaya kung balik rin natin for a while? Congressman, is there a question in your mind na noong pa, hindi mo pa namimit si
Yes.
Kris, puro sa dyaryo lang, ano gusto mo itanong sa kanya? Yung mainit-init, ha?
Well, I suppose...
Kahit hindi political.
Kahit hindi
Oh,
political.
wag mo na political.
Ay, hindi political. Dahil hindi na wala naman sa larangan politika si Kris. So, I would... No, I would...
Yung mga nai-headline.
Yung sinabi mo parang...
A question for Kris Aquino from
Ito na,
Congressman
natatawa na
Bongbong
siya.
Marcos.
Delikado na ito. Hindi, yung sinasabi mo, akalain nyo lang sa amin, may sungay na and all that. How did that come about? Because we were
Hindi
always...
naman ikaw siguro personally, but syempre, di ba, ang nakatatak sa utak ko, the reason my dad was in jail was because of your dad. So, tapos, gano'n ka diretso daw. Hindi, totoo naman ho talaga yun. Kasi nga, I was explaining to him, I was only 18 months old when martial law was declared. So, 18 months lang ako nun. So, syempre, ang kinalakihan ko, dumadalaw kami sa Fort Bonifacio. And tinatanong ko, bakit ganito, bakit ganyan? And syempre, bumabalik sa daddy mo. But then, I remember, of course, na your mom was very nice to my dad nung nagka-heart attack ang daddy ko at ang mommy mo nag-facilitate na makapunta kami sa Amerika. So, hindi naman ako blinded totally na lahat ng ginawa nyo evil. Hindi naman ganon. Pero, hindi,
I once saw your dad when he came to the palace.
Yes.
Na balitaan namin I was hanging around. Si Daddy nag-iisa sa opisina niya. Sabi ko, bakit walang tao? Bakit walang bisita? Sabi, pupunta si Ninoy, mag-uusap silang dalawa. And your father arrived. And I was so surprised, nakatago ako sa likod. As usual ko, basta't may alam kong medyo importanteng nangyayari. Like, you talk about history in the making. That was history in the making. Nakatago ako sa likod. And I was so surprised. Ang tawagan nila, Brad.
Because they were both
Hindi,
from
sa
Upsilon, di ba?
And I remember a question that my father asked. And it's, your father asked this. Sabi, Brad, bakit mo naman ako kinukulong? Bakit mo naman ako linagay sa Fort Bonifacio? Ang tanong naman ng tatay ko sa'yo, Brad, kung ikaw nasa posisyon mo, sa posisyon ko, hindi mo ba gagawin? Yun, nagtawanan silang dalawa. So I suppose they were able to see further than
Well,
that.
siguro, di ba, pagka mag-anak ka, mas matindi talaga yung
Talaga.
nararamdaman
Well,
mo.
sa bagay, kung gano'n ang
Kung siguro,
papagos.
if 8 months from now and you were jailed, siguro, yung anak mo rin naman siguro, yun ang kalalakihan. Kung sino man yung in power at that time, will also be, I guess.
Well, I suppose it's inevitable that would happen. Basta especially sa Philippines, where the politics is taken so personally.
Yes.
Napakalaking problema natin yan dito sa Pilipinas. Dapat ang politiko hindi naman dapat pinapasukan ng personal. But
in fairness naman, I've always said, every time napapanood ko si Bongbong na napakatalino niya, napaka-articulate na, at mukha naman siyang hindi makakapatay ng tao. So, yun naman ang sinasabi, diba? Mukha siyang mabait talaga.
Chris, saludong-saludo ako sa inyong dalawa. Hinahangaan ko kayo kasi napakatalino nyo, ano? Pero kayong dalawang tatanungin ko, someday, may ambition ba kayo na tumakbong presidente?
And would you be like your father?
Aha.
In case you'll be
At
the
maglalaban pa kayong dalawa.
president? Oo.
Hindi ako,
Would the scenario be the same?
I think in my case, mas mahirap siguro because babae nga ako. And yung sa mommy ko was a very special situation. I think to this day, very, very male chauvinistic ang ating society. So mahihirapan pa ho ang mga babae. I don't know if 30 years from now, the situation will be different.
Aha.
Pero ako siguro gusto ko hong maglingkod sa mga mamamayan, but I don't think politics is my cup of tea at this moment.
Yes, what about Bongbong? Excuse mo, Bongbong.
Una, I beg to differ. Ang mga, wala nang, lalo na ngayon we'll talk again about the youth. Yung mga kabataan, yung mga chauvinistic na dating cultural impediments natin, wala na ngayon yan. And I would say that certainly, in our society, there are so many women are dominant in their societies. As sa Ilocano, talagang matriarchal society kami, and we really respect the role of a mother.
Tatanungin ko lang si Bongbong, do you think that the name Marcos is an asset or a liability in terms of politics? Sobra bang expectations ng mga tao sa'yo?
Well, in a sense, it is a liability in that sense because kahit na sinasabi ko, no, actually wala naman akong binabalik you will be president in 10 years. Maraming mga ganun. And you cannot say na, no, I have no intention. It's somehow disappointing to them. But that is not an essential problem. I think overall, in fact, I have not yet found a situation where it has been a liability. After all, I can come and speak to you on your show. So being a Marcos has not held me back in any way.
It's our pleasure to have you, di ba?
Kain ng abra!